Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Alaikum.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me begin right so we can end up right. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we bear witness that there is no God but Allah. We bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Farrakhan is the Messiah in our midst. We pray that we'll be successful in providing for you great examples of entertainment and information and inspiration and good times. Let me introduce you to a key host while you come into the room. And we see folks coming in from Mississippi. There's Oakland, California. There's Chicago. I see Dallas, Texas. Oh, Brother Deshane from North Carolina. Everybody's coming in. Come on in the room.
My mama's on there.
Your
Hey,
mama's
mommy.
Hey, mama. So we want to make sure we get a chance to introduce one of the great forces, and you'll see her in television, media, everywhere. She's a great woman. She's with us tonight. Let me tell you who she is. She's a native New Yorker, born in the Bronx, New York, and reared in Dallas, Texas, where she has had a successful career as a domestic engineer. That means a mom. And she's also been one of the greatest MGT in our nation, always out at the front, providing examples of spirit and activity to help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm also proud to say, and very happy for my own personal reasons, that she is a great wife. She's my wife, and she's with us tonight, Sister Tisha Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum. Thank y'all for coming and joining us on this new adventure we have, this new podcast. Let me introduce you to my other half, my better half, the great, the one and only, I think y'all know, Jamil Muhammad.
Okay, we'll let you say that. We'll let you say that. Thanks, hon, for your introduction and for your great energy. This broadcast has been a long time coming. As we welcome you in, there's Sister Joyce K from St. Louis. Ashley. Here's Ashley Friday from Dallas, Texas. Hey, everybody. And we see Brother Lamont from Chester, Pennsylvania. So many. There's Sister Gina Tay from Dallas, Texas. And our sister, Shantae Turner, is with us from down in Arkansas at an undisclosed location. You know, in Arkansas, they don't let you tell where you actually are. But everybody's coming in. So we are looking for, and Brother Taiwan says we got a little double audio going on. That's our guy. You'll see his name in the closing credits, Brother Taiwan Muhammad. Let me turn this volume down as we fiddle with. Now, we're going to get some things wrong. We're going to mess up some stuff. Other stuff is going to be done that we could have done better.
But
we want to remind you that in everything we do it with the intent in mind, first to please God. Then secondly, to make sure that we connect with you to help each other get better at what we do. We'll talk a little bit now, Tisha, about a couple of things that we're doing here in the studio and why we do it. You know, the first thing is that we're here because we want to make sure you know that there's somebody with you on your spiritual quest. The spiritual journey need not be an arduous and unpleasant trip. It need not be difficult and hard and full of bad spirit. The spiritual journey and quest can be a great place to be and a great place to be from. And so while we welcome you today, we want to make sure you know that you are with us on the spiritual quest and we're with you. Anything this broadcast can do to help us all get better, we're going to do it.
That's right.
What else is happening, Tisha?
Well, on the spiritual quest, too, we just want to remind everybody and talk a little bit about preparing your chambers, but keep it not too heavy, but, just put it on your mind because of the hour that we're in. We have to keep that on our forefront and how important that is. And remember, this podcast is just a platform for us to come and chat about what's important, talking amongst friends and families, because that's what we are, right? But making sure we all are on the same page and have the same understanding. And we have to be given the instructions by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to get in our chambers, right? And shut the door. And so we'll touch on that, a little bit. We want to hear from you. What are you doing? What does that mean to you? What are you doing to prepare your chambers? And did you ever stop to think that there's levels to that? It's not just a physical chamber. We need to prepare it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, right? So those are some of the things that we'll toss around and get ideas and just kind of just grow and feed off of each other, all right? So that we can all be better. We can all be prepared.
See, I told y'all she was heavy. I told you she was deep. I see folks coming into the room from everywhere. Hey, here's my cousin Bud. I'm not gonna say well, his name is Kenneth R. Burton II,
No,
but
you already
we call
said
him
it.
cousin
It's
Bud.
Bud.
I guess I said it
You already
already.
said it.
And Brother Kyle is with us. Brother Kyle, glad to see you feeling better and back up and on your feet and moving around. Sister Juanita's with us. Everybody, why don't y'all go in the chat room and put what city you viewing from? Just put in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on any of the other platforms. Put in what city you're there. Hey, there's my man Mike, my friend for almost 45. Can I tell him, Mike?
Go on and tell you said it
45
again.
years.
He put
There's
it out
Brother
there.
Mike Philly in the house. Good to see you, dear brother. Philly's in the building. Sister Nicole is with us tonight. Sister
Everybody.
Catherine from Jackson, Mississippi.
Hey, Sister
Everybody
Catherine.
is checking in from all around the country. How about Ypsilanti is with us? Hey, Sister Lakeisha, good to see you. And all of the people. There's Sister Janelle from Chicago and Pottstown, Pennsylvania. That's cousin Tracy. She lives in Pottstown, but that's Cincinnati all day in the house. St. Louis. All right. Look, we're here.
Great.
And we want to make sure we recognize that. But let me tell you a little bit more. Now, let's go into a little bit more
Just
about
a
what
little
we're talking about in the chambers.
Yes.
The Bible talks in Isaiah, the 26th chapter, verses 20 and 21. You knew this was coming. It's going to be a time for us to go into our rooms and shut the door for a short time so that we can overcome or outlast the indignation of God. You can tell that in an hour of COVID, in an hour of disease and crazy political developments and military operations and war and rumors of war and terrorism and shooting bombs and guns, sometimes you need a break. You need a break to be able to say, woosah, and pull things together. Brother Troy, we see you getting on the phone on the broadcast tonight from Rwanda in Africa. Somebody saw the name Rwanda and they thought that was a girl from the east side of Detroit. No, not that Rwanda. I'm talking about the country Rwanda in Africa. Good to see you all with us. But you know, brothers and sisters, we got to come out of these chambers bearing witness in the world that will emerge from the time of COVID. That we have learned something from our leader and teacher, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's valedictorian, the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So there'll be stuff coming through. There'll be information that we're all going to need. You know what else we're going to talk about? And Sister Tisha, this is something that I think people really, really can be glad to know.
What?
Is that we have with us the lifelong pursuit of self-improvement. Now, if you are a faithful viewer of this program, you're going to see, oh, okay, thank you, Alexis, for calling that to our attention. Our producer, who is in his undisclosed location, will tell us why there's a slight double echo in the sound. Thank you, Alexis, for coming out to us from our beautiful family in Marin City, California. But you know, brothers and sisters, what we want to be able to do is if you tune in, you're going to see a couple, you're going to see a family involved in the pursuit of self-improvement. If we are on the air 2 years and I still look exactly the same, we've been wasting time. I owe it to you, Tisha, to get handsome.
Well, okay. Well, see.
I'm just saying. I owe it to you to get handsome. I owe all of us the great gift of being the best me that I can be. And I want you to know you can be the best you that you can be. Brother Leslie Parms III, good to see you, Brother Leslie from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So many. Doreen is on the line from Baltimore. I'm going to be doing a lot of shout outs in week one.
He is. Yes, he is. We're so happy to see everybody, and we're so thankful. But I wanted to make a point too on something that you said. You said that you were going to make a point for me to get healthy. But it's important. I want you to make a point to get healthy for you, because I'm going to make a point to get healthy for you.
Right.
But also for me. And so for you
And for our
guys,
community.
we want y'all to join us because we want to get healthy for you guys and we want y'all to get healthy for us.
Right.
All of us need to come together and do what's best. Some hard times are coming. The hour is getting dark. But just in general, we need to be grateful and thankful for this temple that Allah blessed us with, right?
Mhm.
We need to take better care of it, the best that we can. And so this is, again, this is going to be a platform where we can share. We can just get real and share our little everyday things that we do to better ourselves. Because something you do might help somebody else. Like, I'm not one who's going to just go jogging. I need something else to do. I like this. So somebody else could come with something that maybe could help me. This is the kind of platform that we have.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because we owe it to each other to be the best that we could be. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our children. We owe it to our families to be the best that we can be.
Right.
So good to see so many of you coming into the room. Brother Naeem from Hartford, Connecticut. Good to see you, Brother Student Minister. Sister Dr. Rabia from Chicago. Hey, y'all, to you as well. Brother Sidney, also from Chicago. Good to see you all from around the country. Tell everybody. Tell Lottie Dottie. Come on in the room. We're going to be talking about and promoting that which gives life. If it gives life and brings joy, you'll hear about it here.
That's right.
If it's something that improves us and makes us better, you'll be hearing about it right here. And yes, the answer, Brother Taiwan, is yes. You will be getting gardening tips from Sister Tisha. When will we be giving this?
Ooh, Brother Taiwan, you put me on the spot, okay? Because you know I'm up here and I don't have the backyard, the big country backyard. So I am truly doing container gardening.
Container garden in the cold too.
In the cold, in the snow, and so yeah.
It's a little cold up here. But
I
that's all
planted
right.
some onions and some things, and they're kind of just looking at me.
Okay.
So maybe in the spring we'll come back with some gardening tips. Okay.
Yes, I'm going to grow something this year. I don't know what it's going to be, but it may be a grain of rice. But I'm going to grow that thing. I'm going to put my hands in the soil like a man of the earth. I'm going to dig in and pull out of the earth her substance and all that good stuff. I'm going to make it happen. And we're going to make it do what it do. Hey, BD is with us. Good to see everybody. Hey, there's Brother William out in Oakland and Sister Wanda. And man, everybody's here from Bethel, North Carolina. Oh, this is going to be great. Everybody, Thursday evenings, let's just make a standing date.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be together at 8 o'clock on Thursday evenings. Let's get together. Let's talk about what's being talked about. Let's think about what's being thought about. And let's make some changes and some differences. Tisha, would you let folks know how they can support the program, how they can connect with us organizationally, what they can do to become a part of the Nothing But the Truth family going around the clock?
Absolutely. One of the main things you can do is visit our YouTube page, Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel, actually, and that will help us, grow the platform and move on up in the algorithm. And then also on our Facebook page, the same title, go ahead and like and share that as well. Okay? And next week when you come back, tell a friend about it. Is it 8 p.m. Eastern, right? 7 p.m. Central. And we plan to do this weekly.
That's right. And 5 o'clock on the West Coast.
Love it.
On your way home from work. Well, really, nobody has a job anymore. So 5 o'clock in the evening on the West Coast, pull up to your computer and let's make it happen. Now, these comments prove to us that everybody who listens to Nothing But the Truth is a little bit different. Brother David, he did say he's going to be working on a mustache. I don't know what that has to do.
I'm not Brother David. I'll be getting mine waxed.
We'll leave that be. Also, Brother Brian Pippins wants to ask a question from Brother Kwawi. What motivated our show? Great question. We'll answer a few more questions today. It was very interesting that you would ask that, dear brother. Before we met, courted, and married, each of us was working on a podcast project of our own. Tisha was very far ahead of me. She was already on the air on YouTube and Facebook and other platforms as the Container Gardener. Everybody knows the Container Gardener, and you saw her and the famous Littles.
Oh, the Littles.
The Littles. You got to see the Littles. And they would be in Dallas, and they'd be working in the backyard, growing vegetables, plants, and all of that, and helping people learn how gardening could not only sustain your appetite and your diet, but it also could sustain your soul. And that's something that we want to bring to it. And really just being with her, being with Tisha on a day-to-day basis, you see her applying those principles of growth and nourishment and help to everything that she touches. It's a great blessing. What I wanted to do a podcast about was something a little bit different than this. I wanted to do something a little bit more hard news, hard nose. I wanted to be able to talk about, and today in other news, the enemies of God did something else.
Oh no.
But it didn't work out that way. Yes, Sister Dee, we'll explain the littles in just a minute.
Oh, the littles.
That's two of our grandchildren.
Mhm.
We'll talk a little bit about that. But that's what we did. And so we made a difference with that. And we went forward. We got together. We put this piece together. And then with the aid, agency, and help of the people that you'll see listed in the closing credits
Right.
as our executive producers, people like Sister Rolanda Wilkins out of Sacramento, California. People like Brother David McKnight Muhammad from Newark, New Jersey. Our dear brother DJ Christoflex, Brother Christopher Muhammad from Boston. The great DJ Rockwell, R.A. Muhammad,
Yes.
helping us out of Atlanta with his whole crew there, eating pizza somewhere in Georgia right now.
That's what he does.
But that's our crew. And so they got together and said, hey, we can pull this off. So here we are. Here we are on the first night getting together, and we want to make sure everybody get a chance to check in. We want to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to touch base with one another. You'll see recurring segments on the show.
Mhm.
Like, hey, I bet you didn't know,
Right.
which means you'll be meeting Muslims, right?
Oh, yes. That's
You'll be
what I'm glad you
meeting
brought that up.
folks.
So glad. What we want to do, again, this is a platform for all of us to grow, right? Hey, guys. All right. We want to, before we end today, we want to make sure we hear from you in the chat. Tell us some kind of topic, some things you want to talk about. What we need, as family, with our little iced tea and our coffee or whatever, what we can sit around and just break bread over. So we want to know some topics because we'll be addressing those. But we have a segment that we're creating called I Bet You Didn't Know. And what I bet you didn't know is we want to hear from you some of the wonderful things that you may be doing on your everyday, day-to-day life. We want to highlight you. We want to highlight that. We want to put the spotlight on you. And so we'll be asking people to send it. Did Sean just do some rattlers? She's trying to be funny.
She put some snakes in there.
I can't. Some
No,
people-
let me just interrupt to say
Wait,
this
just
because
'cause-
we have to address it.
I bet you
Every
didn't know.
time I lift this cup, it says Howard. Now, y'all know it's the Howard world. I got love for all the HBCUs, all the y'all, Atlanta University Center. But my sister-in-law, bless her heart,
Bless
that's
her.
Shantae, she put 3 rattler snakes into the comments, meaning that she's representing the Florida A&M University.
Yes.
We respect Florida A&M. Let's go on with the conversation.
Okay, so in the Bet You Didn't Know segment, we're asking you to send in just some still shots, some photos of what you're doing in your home, in your community that you want to let your friends and family know about. Are you baking? Did you make a wonderful cake? Do you have a new daycare that you set up? Did you just learn how to sew? Are you gardening? Stuff like that. We want to highlight you. We want to present you to the rest of the community, right? And so we're asking that you send in pictures of what you're doing, a little write-up on what it is that you want to share with friends and family, and we'll present that. 1 or 2 of them, maybe once a week or so. I don't know. We're just kind of feeling our way through. But we want to do that for us because we need to grow. We want everybody to know what each other's talents are, so that we can, if you have a business, we can patronize your business. This is for us. All right. So
Yeah.
Bet You Didn't Know. If you want to be featured on Bet You Didn't Know, you just want to email your information in, and Jamil will give you the email address to send it to, or you can inbox. You know how we do. All right. So look forward to that. Now, don't forget, mark in the comments what kind of topics y'all want to discuss. Going forward.
I love to hear her running it down because she runs stuff. That teacher be running stuff. Okay, now go in the comments section and email. Okay, you know how she does her thing. So I'm great to see. I'm glad to see her. But of course, we're gonna get a jazz segment, Brother Taiwan. You know that.
Oh, yes.
All we have to do now is we're working out the copyright confessor and the clearance bills and everything that way. We want to make sure that it all happens, and you'll be seeing it. And just as you asked for the jazz segment, we see a comment from the great and esteemed Askia Muhammad himself.
Yay!
Askia Muhammad is the news director of WPFW in Washington. He's also the host of the Yardbird Suites
The
edition
Yardbird Suites.
of the Morning Brew on WPFW in that city in Washington, D.C. My dear brother, my dear friend, he's with us and he's in the comment section. Also, Brother Brian, yes, How to Eat to Live month. Every month
Nice.
is How to Eat to Live month. Do you know that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has declared to us and reminded us once again that one meal a day is law in the Nation of Islam? Now, I know that all of you are already observing the law. 1 meal a day is law. However, some of us need help to get there.
Yes.
Some of us need encouragement to get there. Some of us need a way to make it as far as we have to make it. So we're going to make sure that in this program, we cover those topics that encourage you and help you to find ways to obey the instruction of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And Brother Brian, don't worry. It's hard for other people too. We've been in a world that's been keeping us way to the left. But we can get right, and we can do right if we just stand up and make our voices heard. So I know it's hard for you, brother, but we'll be working to encourage you from here, from this platform called Nothing But the Truth, to make sure that you can do it. And we know that you can do it. If you were not able to do it, then God would never have given it to you to do. Allah places not on any soul a burden beyond its scope. So we have the ability to do that. Also, teaches survival tips, emergency preparedness. And you can see Sean, who we did not pay. Did we pay Sean?
Well, I paid her a little bit.
Oh, you paid a little bit. Okay. Yeah, but she's
I
coming
paid her
up
no
with
mind.
But we're going to come up with these particular aspects of what to do in our time of need. Teaches survival tips, and that's very, very important. And I want to say, I really thank Allah for you, beloved, because we're not going to make out on camera. Just don't worry about that. Even though you are, look kind of fetching tonight. You do. Oh, go back to work. Yeah, but we do want to say that you last winter negotiated that terrible ice storm in Texas.
Yes.
And because you had heard and heeded the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's instructions, it was easier for you than it was for your neighbors, and it was very difficult on you. Could you elaborate a little bit about that? How you survived with Islam and how it helped you?
So last year in Texas, there was that unheard of ice storm, and a lot of people had lost power and water for several days. At my home, we were out of electricity. We never lost water, but we were out of electricity for 6 days. And the temperatures had dipped down into the low teens during the night. And then it didn't get any higher than 20 degrees. So we had to pull on everything that we had stored in our homes in our survival kits. There's a video that I made of it on YouTube, on my other YouTube channel, where you can see where I went into detail on what we did and how we used things from our survival kits, and how in a time of need, you have to stay calm and think outside of the box. You can get through it, but you have to remain calm. It was just, we're going to get into that on another episode, because it'll take a minute to do. But there's little things that you can do to make that burden a little bit easier. You just have to be prepared. That's part of getting in your chamber and preparing.
Yes.
You want to be ready for what's coming, because it's coming again.
Got to be ready in every way. And so we'll be talking about that over these airwaves. We want to follow the instruction of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who told us years ago that there is a way, a responsible way to use the airwaves that Allah has created. He gave us the means by these electronic devices, these electronic equipment, if you will, to communicate with our people. We have to do that responsibly. We can't come on these airwaves and give you an ear full of foolishness. We can't come on these airwaves in a time when survival itself is at stake and give you foolishness and rigmarole and malarkey. No, we want to make sure that works. And the way that it works is that these airways will be used to bring you good information. When you come here, nobody will insult your ears. Nobody will talk about you and make fun of you. And if you're a little bit different, if you're a little bit strange, we still going to love you here.
Right.
We're going to remind you at every time how you can get to Allah and get to God and get to that safety zone and get into the beautiful flower garden of the full development of your own individual skills.
That's right.
That's the main thing. Sister Khadija, it's in the chat.
That's
She
right.
says, look, oh, she's a New Yorker.
That's right.
She's a New Yorker. Yeah, you can hear it in your voice. She's a New Yorker. And I want to thank my dear brother, Dr. Lawrence X. He's down in Tampa, Florida. He said, good job. Keep on going, family. We intend to do it. Shante says, serving Allah and your family. That's the main thing. Dave C., if you don't go somewhere and grow your mustache, Dave C. said, foolishness, rigmarole, and malarkey. Dang, all three.
All three. Yeah, I'm really excited about this journey. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for you taking this ride with me and saying, yeah, let's get this done. I feel like it's something that we need, and it's going to help all of us. I'm just so thankful to Allah that He gave us this vision and then the wherewithal to go. And then the backing of the brothers and sisters who believed in us as well and are willing to help. Such a blessing. But this is for all of us. That's the point that I want us to remember. This is a safe place, a nice platform for all of us to express our God-given talents, to express what Allah has put in us to help each other grow. We're going to grow here.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We intend to do that. Now, we've talked a little bit about what you'll be seeing, what you'll be hearing. Oh, and there's another one we want to greet in the chat room. Our dear sister Kim and brother Wellington. They're down in North Carolina celebrating with their family 11 years of marriage and happiness. Good to see you all and glad to know Allah is helping you to make it. We want to do some things here in this space involving literacy, involving cultural acuity, involving the development of our finer senses. So we'll be having authors on board right here. Nice. I happen to know personally the author of Hidden Princess, Sister Deidre Muhammad. She's my friend. She may consider coming on these airwaves with us. I know Sister Jamila Ewing and the family at Epic Publishing, Brother Charles and the family, they may come on these airwaves with us. Yes. There may be people who will come on to these airwaves to help us to decide to make a change and do better.
Like Sister Katrina.
Oh, yeah.
We got to have her.
Oh, I'm going to tell you about Sister Katrina. She's going to be a regular contributor.
Let them know.
Sister Katrina wrote the book Relationship Talks. Yeah. And Relationship Talks is essential. It even helped us to move through the process, which helped us to find and secure one another. Yes. And so Relationship Talks is going to be here. You're going to be able to hear it right here. Yes. Right here.
If you don't have that book, you need to get it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're thinking about going into courtship, or even if you're married already, it'll still help you because there's so many questions that it just guides you through the questions, the easy questions and the hard questions. It doesn't let you get around them. It's just great. So that'll be a segment too, I'm sure.
Now, the hard questions in marriage, will that book help you with those?
It will. I believe.
Will it help you with whether you hang the toilet paper over?
I don't even know why you had to. You see
you see what I'm saying? Will the book help you with certain things? Like if trash day is Thursday, why I got to take the trash out on Tuesday?
Because I could smell it, and I can't have it in the house when you see. That needs to be.
That's why we didn't need to get into it. We need to get into all that.
I mean, I don't even know why you brought it up. It's nothing but the truth.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Hey, listen, did you all hear Brother Gary playing that main theme to the show? That tune is a tune called The Beginning, or rather The End of the Beginning. It's from his album Shadows of the Mahdi. And Brother Gary out of Bloomington, Illinois, is one heck of a guitar player. And he's our music director right here on Nothing But the Truth. Brother Gary plays that guitar like a ringing a bell. I mean, he's just doing that thing. And he's played it for us, and you'll hear it. And that tune is catchy enough that you'll remember it.
Yes.
But remember that the original title, because this may be a trivia question later, before it became known as Nothing But the Truth, it was called The End of the Beginning. And that was something else to see. So make sure that you do Make sure you give a listen to that. You'll enjoy that. Pick up one of Gary Muhammad's albums at your earliest convenience. They're on CD, baby, and they're available to you. Let me also remind you, as Brother Leslie is reminding us, that we'll have Dr. Tony and others. If you have a book or a written product or a children's book, like ABC I Love Me by the great Miriam Muhammad out of Atlanta, it's going to be right here on these airways. You want to see Cleopatra, the children's book written by Joshua Muhammad, I happen to know that guy. It's going to be right here on these airwaves. Are you making records? Not whack records now. You got to be good. Not the whack records, the good records. Making records, we're going to talk about it right here. So we are going to do some things that make this thing go around. And so we got to make it happen, fam. You all let us know what you want to talk about. So we're going to go back to the chat room. Let's go back to the chat.
Let's go back and see what's going on.
Let's go back to the chat, see what's going on, see what folks want to talk about, see what folks are interested in. Brother Brian says he loves our show already. That is quite a coincidence, brother, because we love you already. Too. Already. Is that the Texas pronunciation? Already. Okay. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we get that happening for you. Anybody else want to talk about anything? Put it in the chat right now. Hey there, Sister Nakia, one of our great creative muses from Baltimore, Maryland, the great sports writer and commentator on social events in the city of Baltimore. Sister Nakia, good to see you.
Yes.
We want to make sure everybody gets a chance to touch base tonight. Just come in and tap the rock. Absolutely. Rub the tree tonight, because we're getting started to do something really, really, really big. Right. And our producers are not going to let us stay longer than we have allocated. But tonight we want to hear from you. And F.Y. Barber says, prodigal. Oh, you remember the old prodigal son sermon? Well, you went back. I had black hair back then.
Oh, yeah, that must have been a while ago.
That's Luke 15th chapter. Yeah, prodigal son. All right.
Back when it was a pup.
Sister Amina P. Muhammad said the show is beautiful so far.
Yay,
but the jury's still out. She don't know. She said, doggone, it's beautiful so far.
So far. Come on, Sister Amina.
Okay.
So going forward, the show will be a little more structured. Today, because it's the first show, we're just, trying to introduce ourselves and want to hear from you. And from whatever it is that you guys are interested in, that's going to be part of what we build on. Okay? So it's important to us that we hear from you in the comments, because again, we're doing this for us. We're doing it for you. It's going to be big. It's going to be what we make it. And so we want you to be a part of that too. So when we hear from you in the comments, next week and going forward, we're going to be able to build off of that. Okay? So we're going to get it.
And to answer your questions, mother-in-law, there's Denise Lewis. She says, if live is missed, will there be a repeat capabilities? Yes, there will be repeat capabilities, and those capabilities can be enhanced if you all become a part of the great positive conspiracy.
Oh.
What do I mean by that?
Yes.
Go to YouTube tonight.
That's right.
Go to Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. Like that page. Subscribe to that page. As soon as we reach 1,000 subscribers, then we can bomb YouTube with live programming that can go all over the world. And that's something that you guys have never seen. Look at my homegirl. That's my home skillet that's on here tonight, Cherie Pearl Bissett. That Cherie and I go back to 19.
Wait, you remember?
We go way back in Cincinnati. That's my homegirl. So I love your energy too, Cherie. That's our girl. She's from the other HU. Hampton. They're on here. They find their way to places, and they do different things. There's Sister AJ, the great Adrian Joy from out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Delonte Bright Hope, my brother. Oh man, it's so good to see so many of you, Brother Minister Van. Let me tell you about my dear brother, my big brother, Minister Van Muhammad, is on the line with us tonight. Minister Van was my immediate predecessor in the role as the Southern Regional Minister in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's Minister Van who led the charge for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in the South, and that put us into the Georgia Dome.
Go ahead, bro.
That put us at the Omni for Added Up. It's Minister Van who taught me a lot of the things that I know, and he's on the line with us tonight. Minister Van, always good to see you, my brother. It is an honor to be joined by you on Nothing But the Truth.
Nothing But the Truth. And that's the truth. Okay.
And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
Every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. So you got to make this a habit. Like you used to do Thursday night at 8 o'clock with the Cosby Show. But we want to tell you, we are not the Cosbys nor the Huxtables, okay?
We're the
That ain't
Muhammadans.
us. We the Muhammadans. It's a little different with us. But we want you to come on in to the room. Come on in the room. Did my mic just, who killed my mic? Somebody got my volume?
Allah wouldn't put on us more than we could bear. Okay. All right, family. So I'm glad again that you all are here. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. We are going to make the best of this.
Wait, the mic. What happened to my gospel?
Hold on, it was just it was on the whole time.
I'm
pretty
did
sure
it go okay?
Yeah, that's nothing but the truth. It was
Oh
on.
yeah. I knew y'all would like it. I knew y'all would like it.
You did great.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
tonight also, I want to remind you of a couple more housekeeping points, everybody, before we get together. Let's first make sure we all know how to tune in. You did it tonight. The first 100 or so of you've done it tonight. Just an informal gathering of 100 of our closest friends. Let's make sure that we like this program wherever you are on Facebook or on YouTube tonight. Click like. Then click share. Become a sharer of the program. Didn't your mama teach you to share?
That's right.
Share the program with the people that you love. Share. Make sure that you spread this word all over the world. Okay?
I got excited.
Then, once you do like and share on Facebook, comment on Facebook.
Yes.
Comment in the platforms where you are, like you're doing tonight. This gives us what they call engagements in the algorithm and starts the wheels to turning to make us more popular with a greater number of people. All right? And yes, we've been joined by our man, our music director, Guitar Gary Muhammad himself from the bustling metropolis of Bloomington, Illinois. He's with us tonight. And yes, brother, sharing is caring. So let's do that in Facebook. Then go over to YouTube, like we said earlier.
Sister Deidre posted the link for us.
Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. And click subscribe. We just hit our first milestone of 100 subscribers. Woo! We're on our way to 1,000. We're 1/10 of the way there, but we need your help to go there. And thank you, Sister Deidre, for putting the link into the chat. We appreciate you. Hey, there's Sparkle. Hey, Sister Tanisha from Detroit, Michigan. And we want to make sure Brother Stephen from Greenville, South Carolina, we give you a shout out as well, but all over the nation. In fact, from California to Rwanda, you're on the line tonight. In Ohio, in Michigan, and Indiana, Kentucky, in Texas, and Tennessee, we see you all over the comments tonight, so we want to make sure we do that. That's how you become a part of that great, positive, creative conspiracy.
Love it.
Go in, become a liker, a sharer, a spreader, tell the people that they can come here and they have a platform which they can be heard. We're going to be responsible too.
Yes.
We prayed before we came on the air tonight that we would always keep up the standard of dignity. We would always keep up the standard of correction and correctness. And we want to make sure that we give honor where honor is due. All praise is due to Allah.
Always.
But honor and respect and credit are often due to you. And you may not get the honor, credit, and respect that you're supposed to get. But if we have anything to do with it,
you will.
You will. So, dear brothers and sisters, the time is on us.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that if there's nothing else that, like they used to say in church, if all minds are clear, we want to make sure that you go in the chat and let us know what it is that you want to see. Let us know. Contact us on our Facebook pages.
That's right.
Tisha Muhammad is spelled Teasha, Muhammad. And my name is spelled Jamil, Muhammad. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. At Instagram, you can visit me at brother_Jamil. But let's follow each other. Let's begin to talk amongst ourselves. And I want to leave you with a couple of good words tonight. If the producers will allow me by virtue of time, and I'm not going to
happy to be here.
take you very long, but I do want to ask you,
Yes.
dear beloved brothers and sisters,
Yes.
let's take the time. Let's make the effort to encourage one another in an hour when very little of encouragement is said from one person to another for any reason. We live in hours and days when people walk past each other on the street 3 feet apart from one another. They might look like they're cousins, they could resemble physically, but if they don't recall each other from a social setting where they met each other and they walk past each other, they won't even say good afternoon.
Sure won't.
Gentlemen don't tip their hats to ladies anymore. Nobody says, hey, how you doing? Like the old folks used to say, say, man, how you feeling? See, we want to make you understand that there's somebody out here that loves you.
Yes.
I'm talking about we do. If not, now don't come to our house about 3 o'clock in the morning. Some of y'all love me.
Yeah.
Can I get in and
in?
get some hot chocolate? No, don't come around here like that.
Probably love you at 8 a.m.
No, nobody love you that early.
Oh,
Don't love
okay.
you like that.
Okay. Well.
But we want to make sure that you know that there's encouragement for you, that there's encouragement on the way to getting better, that there's encouragement on the way to becoming a better believer in whatever you believe. You don't have to be a Muslim.
That's right.
You don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to be whatever we say you should be. But if you're the best you that you can be, that's great enough, good enough, powerful enough to make the difference.
That's right.
Whatever it is that God has in you to become that. No, we won't be over here preaching. We won't be over here on the soapbox. We won't be up. Your camera's open, honey. You can't see. Okay. We won't be over here preaching. We'll be making sure we have conversations where we can show love and peace. Once again, you want to make a better health journey? Come on with us. Health and wellness? Come on.
Come on. We probably
Come
won't
on
be
the
jogging,
spiritual
but
journey. Come on.
I'm not jogging.
If you want to show how to blend the family and take all the elements that appear to be disparate and emulsify them together into one functional unit for the cause of our people's freedom. What'd you say?
Come on and go with me.
No. You're not Teddy?
Sorry.
We didn't even hear. Did we clear that sample? Are we going to get sued?
It was less than 15
Okay.
seconds. We're good.
Mr. Gamble, we didn't
Come
want
on
to
over
do
to
that.
our place.
Yeah.
No?
So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now.
I mean, you know.
You were singing the oldies. I don't know how we're going to do that. But let's be the best that we can be.
Yes.
And let's make our best better every single day. So, dear brothers and sisters, teacher, if there's anything you want to close with, after you close, we'll give the prayer greetings and we'll be out of here.
That's right. I just want to thank everyone again for stopping by and checking out the podcast. I ask that you come back this same time next week, next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Come with your ideas, come with your beautiful spirit, come with your just beautiful self, because this is a safe place for you, for us all to grow and shine and just be our best selves. Okay, so we'll see you again next week.
All right. Now, brothers and sisters, if there's nothing else, we want to make sure that we let you know that we'll be praying for you this week. We'll be working for you this week. We'll be thinking about you this week.
That's right.
You think about each other. We want to make sure that whatever was broken between us can be repaired.
Yes.
Whatever was set wrong can be set aright.
Yes.
We want to live by the Holy Quran, chapter 3, verses 101 through 104. I don't have time to tell you all about it, but just go get it. Holy Quran 3 and 101. Then get the Holy Quran 39 and 53. I promise I wouldn't preach. I'm not going to preach. I just want to give you those particular references, and then I'm out of the way. But we want you all to be happy and fulfilled. And if don't nobody tell you they love you, guess what? We do.
All right. And that's nothing but the truth.
Ain't nothing but the truth.
Already.
Already. May Allah bless you, family. We see you next week at 8 o'clock. Assalamu alaikum.